Hi, I'm Dougie Alderton and I am the Volunteer Special Guest Coordinator at the Gold Coast Hospital Southport for Radio Lollipop, which is a registered charity committed to providing care, comfort, play and entertainment to sick children in hospital. I originally was looking for an organisation where I could give a little of my free time back to the community and found Radio Lollipop, which as far as I know is the only organisation that has all unpaid volunteers all the way up to and including the board of directors, of which we're very proud of. Before I knew it, and like so many other volunteers, I developed a deep and intense passion for Radio Lollipop and for what it's trying to achieve for children around the world in hospital. Radio Lollipop is wonderfully infectious and has had a profound effect on my life and will always be in my blood. Hedley Finn MBE was the founder of Radio Lollipop back in 1979, and he opened a radio station in Queen Mary's Hospital, Carshalton, Surrey in the UK, where coincidentally I lived for 17 years around the corner from and never even knew it. So I suppose I've got a certain affinity with Radio Lollipop. Hedley Finn then took Radio Lollipop to various hospitals around the UK, into the United States, here in Australia and New Zealand, and we have 3 Radio Lollipops within Queensland alone, one being the Mater up in Brisbane, the Logan Hospital in Logan, and here on the Gold Coast in Southport. The idea of Radio Lollipop is to provide care, comfort, play and entertainment to sick children in hospital, and this is done by volunteers coming into the wards to see the children at their bedside. If they're not mobile, we bring paints, arts and crafts, games round to them so they can do stuff. But we have a radio station in each of the hospitals where music's piped to the bedside, and for the children that can come away from the beds, come into the studio and they go on the radio where they can sing, tell jokes, although we have to vet some of the jokes because the kids get a little bit carried away with them, and they can interview, they can have requests, and they can be interviewed, and that's an integral part of Radio Lollipop. But apart from the radio, we also have play areas, usually by the radio station, where the kids can come and paint, play games, arts and crafts, and we also have a special guest program where guests come in and they play with the kids and paint too. They bring in stuff that they can get signed and give away to the kids, and they give lots of posters, signed posters and gifts. So the kids really love that. But Radio Lollipop also provides respite for the families who find themselves 24/7 sometimes with the kids, and that's quite an unusual experience for them, because in a home environment, on a one-to-one basis, they usually only spend half hour, maximum to an hour with children, and if you're with your kid for 24 hours it's a bit difficult finding things to say, etc., and it's quite stressful. So when the kids come in to play, the parents can go off and have something to eat, have a cup of tea, and but more often than not they come into the radio station as well and play games as well, and in fact they have as much fun, if not more, than the children themselves. I've been blown away by the feedback that we get from the parents, but also, and more importantly, from the doctors, nurses and hospital staff who really love Radio Lollipop being on their premises, and also they say it is an integral part of the recovery for children, and quite often after operations when they're down they come into the studio and they're a lot more upbeat than they would have been and are discharged a lot quicker. Radio Lollipop is desperate for volunteers all the time, so if you're thinking of becoming a Radio Lollipop volunteer or it interests you, look up us on www.radiolollipop.org. That's about it. Radio Lollipop rocks. I love Radio Lollipop, but more importantly the children love Radio Lollipop. This is Dougie Alderton signing off.